Hi, I'm Brent Murphy, pharmacist specializing in natural medicine. Welcome into The Circle with Solal. In this series, we have been discussing the effect that stress has on health. And today, we're going to be talking about how stress affects the immune system. Earlier this year, a study was published that showed that COVID-19 can be made worse by stress because stress causes the body to release an immune-suppressing hormone called cortisol. This makes it very important to take care of our stress levels during this high-risk time. Today, to chat about this and other stress-related issues, I'd like to welcome our guest, motivational speaker, TV presenter, and influencer. Welcome into The Circle, Minki van Westhuizen.
Hello, Brent. Thanks so much for having me.
You're welcome. How are you doing?
Good. Thank you.
Okay, so we're talking about stress. We're talking about being busy. We're talking about the effect that stress has on our body. And it looks like you live a very busy life. Tell me, how do you go about handling and managing the stress in your life?
Yeah, well, very busy and blessed indeed. But for me, I'm luckily also in a position where I can decide. I run my own diary. I can decide how busy I want to be. And it's a huge blessing. But I try and take weekends off and spend it with the family, just to completely wind down and just connect with the people that I love and care about.
Are there ever occasions when you are at work where basically the stress does just get to you? And if so, what have been the consequences of that?
With my TV show, I shoot 9 episodes in 3 days.
Wow.
And I find it very stressful, emotionally, physically. It's just a long 3 days. And then sometimes after that, often I feel like I have a bit of a scratchy throat or just a bit of a stuffy nose. And obviously there's a lot of people that go in and out of the studio.
Yes.
So the risk factor is quite high.
Yeah. Stress actually has very physical manifestations on your immune system. And you know, it makes a lot of sense. Why? Because stress releases a stress hormone called cortisol. And cortisol is an immune suppressing hormone. And the double whammy that is stress is that the South African Depression and Anxiety Group has reported that 50% or more of South Africans are experiencing stress-related depression and anxiety from COVID. Yeah, so a product I love is something called Flucy Herb. It's flu because it's used for flu, C because it's got vitamin C, and herb because it's got a herbal formula. And what's nice about it is working at the root cause of infection. Tell me a little bit about your kids and their immune system and stress and that sort of thing.
Yeah, well, it's actually amazing. The oldest 2, who are now grade 1 and 2, their immune systems are amazing. But the baby, who's 3, she often has a cough or a runny nose or ear infection. And as a mom, that can be so stressful. And she obviously brings that home, those bugs home. So I actually don't know how to manage that. I feel like my whole life I'm just fighting to keep her 3.
3. Okay, so I'll tell you what's great for a 3-year-old's immune system. It's very simple. You get a fish oil capsule.
Yes.
Prick the fish oil capsule. Squeeze it onto some food and crush 1 vitamin D tablet into a food. Amazing for immune system of little children.
Omega-3 and D3.
Yes.
Because it feels like I'm constantly just trying to keep her healthy and get her healthy.
Yes.
And I'm just so tired of it. So it actually would be amazing.
Look, also, if it's any consolation, her immune system is becoming stronger every time she's coming home with a bug, because the school bugs are so ubiquitous and they change so much that the more she's exposed to it, the stronger she's getting. So you're building a little immune system warrior there. And there's another part of the immune system which maybe you're lucky with, and that is the part of the immune system that gets sick. But there's also the part of the immune system that can affect adults and children, where the immune system actually attacks itself.
Sure.
And you can then start getting things like psoriasis and eczema in children, and you get rheumatoid arthritis in the elderly. In fact, one of the reasons COVID-19 is so dangerous in older people is because of the immune system malfunctioning, not in terms of whether it fights the infection, but by overreacting and causing inflammation of the lungs.
Sure.
And for the lungs, there's a very interesting spice called turmeric spice, what you cook with when you make curries. Yeah. And it has anti-inflammatory effects on the lungs. And if you don't want to take it in the herb form, you can actually buy it in a capsule. You can get in a product called Lung Protection, which includes a few other ingredients. And what this does is it helps prevent inflammation of the lungs. It helps keep oxygen going into the body. And interestingly, curcumin, the stuff that's inside turmeric, that's in these lung capsules, also very good for smokers. It helps protect against the damage that lungs cause. Well, Minki, one last question, which I've asked all of our guests. Do you have any gems of advice that you would give to others relating lifestyle advice, life advice, stress, anything at all?
I do. Drink lots of water. Never go to bed with your makeup on. Exercise. I'm very lucky and blessed to live in the beautiful Stellenbosch. Be present. That was my New Year's resolution. Focus on the people that you have in your life and be grateful.
Count one's blessings.
Yes, exactly. Count your blessings.
Well, Minki, thank you for that advice. And thank you for joining us in the circle with Solal.
I loved it. Thanks for having me.
And to everyone else, thank you also for joining us. If you'd like any advice or if you'd like to learn more about stress or immunity, please join us on our website, www.solal, that's solal.co.za. Goodbye.
It started with Miss South Africa and it's been an amazing journey thus far. I've got 4 children now, so having 4 kids in the space of 6 years has been quite a journey.
Well, congratulations.